Okay, let's make sure everything's working here. Is it working? I think it is. I think it is, except for the fact that I'm covered up by this. Hello once again. Oh gosh, my Wi-Fi looks bad. Yeah, what a surprise. This is how life works in Spain. All right, I just killed some VPN stuff. My name is Steve Shiger. This is Beer Native. This is another Beer Native beer review. Hey, let's do the branding. All right, that happened internally. I don't understand the internet in this house. It's actually telling me that I have one bar. Am I even on the right internet? I am. Why it looks like garbage, I don't know. Well, sorry. This sounds and looks like garbage. The internet's really far away in this amazing Airbnb. It's there. It's like a meter for me, but it's telling me that I have one bar. And right before I started, it said perfect, perfect, perfect. And the moment you go live, this is where all goes wrong. Nevertheless, let's hope this is working. I'm going to be reviewing a new brewery. It is KOM beer, which I think is very chill sounding. Look at that. Who doesn't want some KOM beer? Maybe the theme of this beer is not so calm. This is Haka. Look at that. A little rugby theme, double NEIPA at 8%. Cool art, right? I like KOM so far. I had two. This is the one I like the most. And you can see, look at that. Nelson Sauvin, and I think it says Rewaka. That looks like a Biwaka, but that's not actually a hop. It looks like there's a scratch down my label. It's Rewaka hops. So 2 New Zealand hops in one can, hence Haka, right? It's Haka is the dance. That sounds really not particularly rugby-ish. It's the routine or kata, I guess, in sort of a Japanese sense, that the All Blacks do before you watch them play rugby. They do a thing called the Haka, which is largely designed to intimidate the living crap out of the other rugby team that they're about to play. And it does, actually. It's a little freaky. I don't know why they're allowed to do it, but they are. Seems like a huge intimidation tactic based on tradition. I don't know. Nevertheless, I love New Zealand hops. Nelson Sauvin is one of my favorites. Rewaka is certainly way, way up there. And I'm excited to try it. KOM beer is another Spanish, brewery I'd never heard of. Oh my God, it's frothing. I'd never heard of before I came to Spain this time around. My own fault, really. So far, the actual dedicated Spanish craft breweries have been outstanding. Oh, other good news while I'm pouring this out, check that out. It's New England. It looks New England. It's got that lovely frothy head on it that indicates a bit of density, which is pretty nice. One thing I like is, this is great because, good evening, because my last review, you suggested, Mercy Beers, that I do a beer by KOM, and I am. So I'm doing Haka. The other good news is that the beer store I normally go to that gave me this glass, the Lambricus, I was close today. I don't need more beer, but I just was walking by and it was close. And then I went by this Supermercat, which is the tiniest, nothingest little. There's thousands of these things here in Spain, and it had this. The owner must just love craft beer because it had this amazingly dense bottled craft beer section, and so I got some even newer craft beers. So stay tuned. Once again, tomorrow I'll be doing another one of a bottle. The label's hilarious. Come back and watch it then. So I just poured this out, and it smells, frankly, it smells amazing. It's stone fruit up the wazoo. It smells a little bit like passion fruit too. I know Nelson Sauvin is meant to have that white wine, that sort of white winishness to things, and it's not there, but that's normally on the palate. Right now, I'm just getting stone fruit, passion fruit, a little bit of, I would say, what I call it, peach pit. Not the peach itself, but you ever smell the pit? That's an interesting characteristic. So let's try it. Oh, it's so thick. Yeah, wow, it's really creamy thick. I didn't look at the ingredients yet, but it's, let me try again. Gosh, that's fine bubbles. I really don't like the word mouthfeel, but it really applies to this one. This is just a smooth, epic juicy bomb, and I'm getting definitely stone fruity, passion fruit for sure, and I even think a little bit of like pomegranate, but not the tartness. Just that nice flavor. Really, wow, this is really. Hold on. Goodness me, and that's 8%. That is a sneaky. That's a very sneaky 8%. It tastes like a 6, I would even say. Wow, nice. All right, well, hold on 2 seconds here. Let's take a look. This is KOM beer, and there's Haka there. Can I click through there? Exhausted. What does that mean? I mean, it's sold out. That's an interesting translated way of saying we don't have any left. But I've seen it for sale in lots of places. 8% for Waka and Nelson Sauvin. Not a lot of information about it. Ooh. And I did see this one too. Constellatio, I saw that one in the shop, so I may do it, but I mean, it's also a double NEIPA, so I may not jump in there. It's got Mosaic and HBC 630. So very different, 2 hops, probably same process, certainly worth looking into. I imagine it's gonna be pretty good because this one is just fantastic. We did one little sip because I'm kind of used to it. I think if you didn't like NEIPAs, you'd hate this because it's like just properly thick, creamy. I'm getting that nice Nelson Sauvin, not so much like gooseberry-ishness, but just like that really nice, but the lactose or the oats or whatever it is they put in here to really smooth out has, let's do this. Why am I reading it? I always do make this mistake of trying to read it myself when we can read it together. What are oats, wheat, hop tea? So it's just crazy oaty. No lactose at all. This is wow. This is a really special one. I'm gonna have to go. I went to the shop because this shop, the Lambrusco, this is where I bought it, and I should once again thank you once again for the glass. The Lambrusco shop in Barcelona. I have to go back and get some more of these just for casual consumption. It's flipping amazing. All right. Ooh. We're on the Black Lodge, Northern Monk, West Coast. See, I'm going to be back in the UK in about a week, so I'm going to try and hunt that down. If you can give me a tip as to where I can find that one, that sounds interesting. A secret state secret. This is really good. If you find yourself in Spain, I would recommend this beer, and if not this beer, if they brew other NEIPAs like it, they do say on the website that they specialize in New England IPAs, even though they're in Spain. I believe it. If this is anything to go from, going to get quite a good score. It's got brilliant art. The style of it is awesome. They've only been around since 2019. Go figure, right? Natural talent. All right, that's the end of this one. I'm going to sign off. I'm still in Spain. I'm going to be here for another week, and because I found that shop, I've got some beers in there by Garage. I've got Garage's like base IPA, which I've not had before. I've got some other just really like places, just breweries I'd never even heard of. And I love that I'm finding this. I know I said in the very first episode that when I was in Spain that, you know, when you get voted to be the best brewery in Spain, like who are you competing with, right? And now I'm slowly digging into how many different craft breweries there are here, and hopefully, over the next week. I only have a week left, so maybe you have more beer than I can possibly review. But do check out me now and in the future. And if you're watching in the future, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I think subscriber wise, I've been stuck at like 280 for like 6 months or something. So I'm doing something wrong YouTube wise, but what do I care? I will be back tomorrow with another amazing brew. Do tune in. Until then, Steve out.